Hello, Laurie. How you doing?
Yeah, hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. Let me see. I think the volume was a little low.
Oh, hold
Say
on.
hello again.
I lost the sound for a minute. I hear you now.
Oh, perfect. Now you sound great. We're very excited to have you on the show, so thank you so much. What I'm going to do now is unmute your mic, finish the intro, and then we'll start then, okay?
Sounds great. Thank
Thanks,
you.
ma'am. All right.
Welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show, where we celebrate the power of words and the beauty of storytelling. Join us every week. We have conversations with authors and small business owners. We have exciting lineup of guests who will take us on a literary journey like no other. Join us as we delve into the world of authors and small business owners from diverse backgrounds and cultures, each bringing their own unique perspective and voice to the table. From thrilling memoirs to captivating fiction and business startups, our guests will share their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs, offering us a glimpse into the rich tapestry of human experience. Immerse yourself in the magic of words and discovery as we explore the global literary landscape together. So grab a cup of tea, cozy up by the fire, and join us on this adventure of a lifetime. The Hollis Chapman Show is your ticket to a world of imagination, inspiration, and enlightenment. Don't miss out on the opportunity to connect with some of the most talented and compelling voices in literature today. Tune in and let the journey begin.
Hello, and welcome to the Hollis Chapman Show. I am Hollis. Happy Tuesday to y'all. Hope everything's going well. We're very excited to have our special guest here today. Talk about her latest book. She is from Bronx, or she was born in Bronx, New York. How great is that? She is known as an author and professor. Very talented professor. She still teaches in New York, the New School of New York City. And she does something a little different than what I ask her about when she comes on. Is the hybrid novels. What does that mean? Okay, but we'll talk about it when she comes on. But again, she's here to promote her newest book. Very talented young lady. She's won lots of awards as a professor and as an author. So let's welcome to the show our special guest, Laurie Sheck. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, nice to be here.
Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate you very much. I know you're taking a little time out from your daily routine, but thank you so much for coming on and talk to us about your newest book, newest novel. Tell us more about yourself and your newest novel.
Well, I was for many years a poet, and I wrote 5 books of poems. And then about 15 years ago, I started novels. My husband got quite ill, and he was moving the way the monster in Frankenstein moves in the movie. And
Hmm.
I had never read Frankenstein. I read the book, and I was very taken by the character of the monster. And 520 pages later, I had my first novel called A Monster's Notes. So I never expected to write a novel. I really didn't. I had written 5 books of poems. One of them had been a finalist for the Pulitzer. But there was something I was sort of dissatisfied about, I guess, in the poems. And I was very curious to create characters. And also, my husband got very, very sick. And we were very close. We used to talk all the time. And he wasn't able to do that anymore. So I found with creating characters, they kept me company. So that's how my novels started. And now I've written 3 of them.
Mm. I'm sorry about your husband. Wonderful story. I mean, that's a wonderful why to start doing something like that. So that's very good, and it's very enlightening too to understand you did it to keep you company. I can understand that. I can appreciate that. So again, sorry for your. Is your husband passed away?
No, he's been ill for a very long time.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
we'll pray and make sure he stays around with you. So thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so university professor, that's great. Thanks. Do you think you get some of your inspirations from being a professor to universities, the students you teach, and the ideas? Is that where you think you get some of your ideas from?
I don't think so, but I love the teaching. I've taught at very different kinds of universities. I taught at Princeton. I taught at Columbia. Now I'm at the New School, and I teach graduate students, so they're in their 20s and 30s mostly. And I just think it's fascinating. They know words that I don't know,
Uh-huh.
They have all sorts of ideas that I'm very interested in. I was just teaching last night. So I think it really, it keeps you alive, it keeps you on your toes, I think, being with the students. I think my work comes from a different place, kind of more private, a little bit secret place maybe. But I do love the teaching.
Beautiful. Your new book. I want you to explain the title of your book, Cyborg Fever. What does that mean, and how does it relate to your book? Because as I look at it and look at it and study it, okay, so how does that work? What does that mean? So kind of explain how you came up with the title and what's it mean to us.
Yeah, good question. Well, there is a cyborg in the book. I've got to tell you, I never thought I would write anything resembling science fiction. But but one day as I was writing this book, the cyborg actually just came to me. It was like a visitation. All of a sudden I could hear him talk. And I found him a very interesting character because what I found as I was writing, as I listened to him almost speak to me in my mind, he was saying that he had escaped from a biomedical lab where experiments were being done on him. He didn't know. So a cyborg is part human, part technology.
Okay.
And my cyborg didn't remember his past in any way. His brain had been operated on. And so as he spoke to me, I thought, well, he belongs in my novel. And I became very attached to him, actually. The fever part is that the narrator of the book is a very talented young boy who's an orphan. And he feels very rejected and he falls into a year-long fever. During that fever, he meets the cyborg and they become friends, really. So that's the title.
Beautiful. Thank you for saying that. Okay, so now that leads me to the question: is you explore the complex relationship between AI and humanity. How do you see the role of technology involving in our society? So it's a lot over the years you've seen and how popular now and how technology is just taken over. Kind of share your thoughts about how technology and society is kind of combining.
Yeah. Oh my God, what a big question.
Yeah,
And of course, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a philosopher. I'm a writer.
yeah,
So, I've done research and then I've created my characters. I mean, so I don't know that I have particularly more insights than anyone, but, I think that it's all over the place now. I mean, at the university, we're getting memos about the fact that the students are using ChatGPT to write their papers. I had a really interesting discussion with my graduate students last week about AI. I thought they were going to tell me they're excited about it. And they said the exact opposite.
wow,
They feel like it's going to take away their jobs. It's taking away a certain kind of intimacy. They even had a term, I can't remember what it was now, for what a person's face looks like after they've been on Zoom too long.
ah,
And and then you see them in person and their face doesn't have an expression.
ah,
Yeah, so they're really concerned. On the other hand, I bet it's going to do fascinating things, really good things for medicine, you know.
yeah.
So I think it's really a mixed thing, and we're at the very, very beginning of something. I read the other day that AI can now train AI. So instead of even needing humans to train the artificial intelligence is training itself.
Beautiful. You mentioned one thing. I'm a veteran, so I go to the VA for like checkups and stuff like that. And then, just like a lot of society, they were short of doctors. So when I walked in for my appointment, they said, "Hollis, well, we're going to do something a little different today because we're sure our doctors didn't come in, but we're going to have a doctor who's in Philadelphia." So I'm in Tempe, Arizona. So I'm in Tempe, and I had my appointment with a doctor who's in Philly via the computer. It was fine. I mean, the nurse came in and checked on me, stuff like that. But she goes, the whole appointment was done through technology. She's in Philly, I'm in Tempe, and it went well. But it can be scary, but it's unbelievable. I mean, they don't take breaks. They don't get
Yeah,
sick. They don't have to
yeah,
go to babysitting. They have to go to different events. They're 24/7 for you. So we got to understand that we got to make it work for us, not to
Yes.
get scared. We got to make it work together. You can do some amazing things, right?